Hello, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Navionics. Navionics on your phone. Navionics boating app that you can use as a shore angler. And I'm going to run through why you should use it as a shore angler, how you can use it to do your research, find good marks, hopefully get you onto some better fish. So if you've not used Navionics before as a shore angler, I'm going to run you through how to download it onto your phone, run you through setting it up, go through all of the different menus that are pertaining to shore fishing rather than the navigation side of it, and hopefully that will get you some better fish. So right now we're going to go back into the office and I'm going to start doing a screen record on my phone, because that's the screen you're going to be looking at, either Android or iPhone. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm pretty sure you're going to get something out of it. The first thing you need to do is head over to the App Store or the Play Store and download the app. So type in here Navionics Boating, and in the list that comes up you'll be looking for this particular one here. That's the icon for it. Mine says open because I've already got it downloaded. You just need to download it. Now you've downloaded it, click on the tile and the app will open. You can have the app in either portrait or landscape. A lot of the work I'll be doing here will be in landscape to make it clearer for you. So just back to portrait, you'll need to make an account. So where it says real time, just click on that. So you will need to put in your email address and create your account with a password. The account will let you share things between devices like your laptop at home, or even share marks with your mates. The next thing you need to do is download some maps. So just slide down to where it says download maps. Downloading maps just means you can use them offline or somewhere where you haven't got a good mobile signal. And as you'll see, you scroll around to the area of the map that you want to download, and you can use these green blobs just to expand and contract the area you're going to download. So hit download and you'll see it request the map. Once that's downloaded, you've got that there available to use out in the field when you've not got a signal. Once we've got those maps, we can scroll in a bit more and you can see a bit more detail. You probably get this message, update your charts. That's really relating to the boating side of things. The shore line doesn't move, so as a shore angler you're probably safe to ignore that. What we want to do is go to the menu and see what some of these icons are all about. Right up in the top corner here we've got a little magnifying glass, and if you click on that it opens up any of the marks that you've made. So if you've made a particular mark, like you're here or a particular place, you can add it in and get quickly to it. Over on the top right hand side we've got the plus and the minus, and clicking on these allows you to zoom in and zoom back out again. You can of course just use two fingers to be pinching on the screen to slide things in and out. Moving back over to the left hand side, we've got this little pin here, look. That's for actually creating a mark on the map. Once you've dropped a pin you can go back over it, hover over it, and you'll be able to edit the thing. So instead of it just saying marker, you can put a name in there, but you can see what depth contour it's at and its precise location. So here we'll just edit that and make it into big fish or something like that. Very, very original fill. Anyway, but there you go. You can see what actually happens with that. In the bottom left hand corner is that little kite thing, look. That will just center you on the map. Then in the bottom right we've got this little ruler icon. If you click on that it puts 2 points in, gives you a distance. Now this is really handy as a shore angler because you can work out how far you've got to cast to get to a given point, be that a depth contour or a feature. Now the next little icon on the left there is the map options, and clicking on that allows you to put some what they call overlays on things. So if we click here on sonar chart, that starts to give us much more detailed contours, depth contours. My map's actually in meters, but you can set this in feet if you want. So if we slid back over to the big fish, we can see that's over there in about 12.5 meters. It's giving you an idea of what depth that you're actually fishing at, which I think is very, very important for a shore angler. Going back to the map overlays, we can put other things on like satellite imagery. That's rather handy if you want to find out where to park or what access to get to a particular mark. Relief shading is another thing that we've got as part of the actual paid for app. That gives you some indication of the deep areas at a glance. Rather nice feature to actually have, I think. Now, if I'm looking for a mark to fish for sort of deep water species, where these contour lines are particularly tight here, that's showing us we've got some nice deep water there, fairly easy access from the shore. We've also, looking at this, got a bit of a wreck here down at 30 odd meters, but you can use again the ruler to work out, okay, it's going to be about a 200-foot cast to get over towards that kind of feature. It may be something that you're actually kind of looking for. On the other hand, you might want to be looking for somewhere that's reasonably shallow for maybe flatfish or things that live in that sort of area. We may want to pick out other features. In this case, it's the Connell Road Bridge. What we're looking for is some of the fast water that might move under that bridge perhaps. So we can put a satellite image on it and see if there's anywhere we can park. We can close that down, we can move our cursor over it and start to find particular depths. But we can also then begin to look at some tide information and work out when there's going to be some strong tide in this particular area. So how can we find this tide information? Well, if you look around, you'll find these little red icons here at Connell here. If we click on that, below you can actually see the tide as to whether this is going to be high or low tide at a particular time, and also what height that tide is in meters. If you click on details, you can also see sunrise, moonset, high and low water, etc. at that particular point. On this clip, I'm just going to turn you into landscape here, and you can actually see as you scroll across, look at the blue area, and it's showing you the area that is shallow water. It's also showing you bits that dry out. Now, if you can see one of these tidal arrows, this one here, click on that and it will actually begin to show you the direction and speed of the tide. So if you were at that particular point casting out there, you could see how the tide was moving and what speed it was. So anywhere between something like 1.6 knots and a bit less. So here you go. This is when slack water is and when the flood tides are. And that's in the further details down the bottom. So really, really helpful. Worth having that. Another feature that's really handy for shore anglers is to be able to hover over particular areas. In this case, you'll see an SH on the map, the chart, which shows us that it's sand and shingle. And across here the R, which is telling us that we've got some rock there. And moving just a bit further up the loch, you'll see we've got mud here and gravel. And it takes you down to see where the moorings are. So there's moorings here as well. So a lot more detail. Just here you can see quite a deep hole, 25 meters, just within a casting distance, a couple hundred feet. Well, if you're that good at casting. And also a disused cable. You might want to avoid that. The app could save you a lot of money in wasted bait or lost tackle. I just happen to be doing a lot of the recording here of places in Scotland up near Oban, but this is Anglesey, and you'll see here satellite image, where to drive down, how to park. You'll see again here we've got tidal information and what is happening in terms of high tide, low tide. And if I can just scroll out somewhere and find it, you can also get the tidal streams, which tells you in which direction the tide is going to be going. So again, really handy stuff wherever you are in the country. Navionics has got this kind of information. I do tend to take the overlay off of the satellite because it uses less data. So much more interesting, I think, just to look at the tidal information and see what you've got. Good place on the jetty there. I hope you found that tour of Navionics useful. I think from a shore angler's point of view, it's well worth having. There's a lot of features on there that can save you a lot of time when you get into marks, or in fact just planning the marks in the first place. Knowing what the bottom's like, knowing what depth you've got, knowing where you can possibly get access and park, etc. It can save you a load of money in gear if you're looking at whether it's rough ground, whether it's smooth ground, gravel, sand, etc. Helping you, putting you onto the fish. So if you're looking for things that living on the gravel, the mud, then obviously this is going to really help from it. So I do hope you found that useful. If you are a boat angler, then have a look at my other video here. I did one recently for boat anglers and concentrated more on the navigation side. If you've got questions, put them in the comments below. That would be really helpful, and we can all learn something from that. So I think it's a useful app. Navionics, you can get the free version. Most of what I've described today is on there. The relief shaving won't be. You have to have the paid version for that, and it's just a subscription, an annual subscription. So give the free version a try, or give the subscription a try, see how you get on with it. I'm not sponsored by Navionics at all, and this is just helping you to find some better fish, better marks, etc. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.